We were underway, and all of a sudden I hear this sound. It's really strange because it's clear that what is going on is something is whizzing by us, and it's moving so fast. I just can't believe it because this submarine is limited in the speed it can go by the incompressibility of the water in front of it. And this thing blew by us like we were standing still. Now, I'm not going to throw anybody else under the bus here, but I guarantee you the following happened. A person with knowledge of onboard systems came out and said, "Oh my God, this goddamn thing is going faster than the speed of sound underwater, but that's faster than the speed of sound in air."
Sent to me, posted by someone who was on a commercial airliner flying above the Sea of Japan en route to Los Angeles, when a viewer noticed a USO, or unidentified submerged object, traveling at what they described a very high velocity under the water, where you can see this dark object under the water traveling at almost what appears to be the same speed as the plane, or it's at least keeping up with the plane. That is until the end of the video, where the object, whatever it is, begins to completely overtake the plane and pull ahead at a much faster speed. So give this a look.
I had with him on UAP Society from last week, he talks about two amazing encounters. One was from the USS Hampton. That was a nuclear submarine while they were running away, right? Running away deep and fast. He's not allowed to say how fast or how deep. He tracked something that went by supersonic speeds through air, and that is underwater. Amazing story. His second story talks about the USS Blue Ridge. This is a lead ship. This is a famous ship, actually, from Saigon. You may remember it. He talks about it. But from the bridge of this ship in the middle of a typhoon with 50-foot seas, he sees an amazing sight. So
began in 1998 or 9. I'm going to forget which, but I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
I was a rider, what's called a rider. That means I was on a submarine, but I was not a member of the crew. I was an intelligence officer, and I was doing intelligence operations on board the USS Hampton. The one picture that people can see of me on the sail of the USS Hampton can be found on qrz.com. And if you do a search for N4HY, you will find a picture of me on there. Search for N4HY, and you will find a picture of me on the sail of the USS Hampton that's me on the sail of the USS Hampton, leaving wherever I was. We were just headed out to do our operation, and you can tell from the bow wake that we are full speed ahead.
Oh, how
And
fast was it going?
that's my Institute for Defense Analysis ball cap on my head. And the captain took this picture while we were underway. So shortly after this, we went under, and we stayed under for a while until we had to leave where we were quickly. And all of a sudden, I heard something really strange. And there's depth gauges on the walls, a lot of places inside a submarine. So I knew how deep we were. And I could tell, because being a person with a full-blown security clearance, I got to go aft into the engineering compartments. I got to go inside and see where the reactor was operating. And that's number one. And number two, which I won't talk about, but in addition to that, they explained to me how, yes, that's the Hampton. They explained to me how the screws are kept quiet so the submarine is hard to track. We were underway, and all of a sudden I hear this sound. It's really strange because it's clear that what is going on is something is whizzing by us, and it's moving so fast. I just can't believe it, because this submarine is limited in the speed it can go by the incompressibility of the water in front of it. And this thing blew by us like we were standing still. Now, I'm not going to throw anybody else under the bus here, but I guarantee you the following happened. A person with knowledge of onboard systems came out and said, "Oh my God, this goddamn thing is going faster than the speed of sound underwater, but that's faster than the speed of sound in air. Nothing can move faster than the speed of sound in air underwater because water's incompressible." There was no cavitation. It was just weird. And so there you go. That's my story about this.